What's going on, guys? It is finally a nice day here in Wisconsin, and I've got a little bit of a surprise for you guys today. Look at this puppy right here. New kayak. Got a little bit of an upgrade. I sold my old kayak and decided to get one of these 12Ts here from Bass Pro Shops. I am so pumped to try out this kayak, guys. So I'm gonna be giving you my first impressions today of the 12T by Ascend from Bass Pro Shops, and I think they're gonna be good. So far, first impressions of just looking at it are great. This thing is amazing. I also even got a little kayak crate here. We're gonna get this thing in the water, try a little bit of fishing, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I think. So without further ado, let's get her in the water. All right, let's hop in. Actually, I think this thing is stable enough that I can actually just stand in it. Wow, here we are. So the first thing we're gonna talk about with this kayak, the comfort level on this kayak so far is phenomenal. So far the paddling on this thing is amazing. The thing that I like so far is there's so much storage. I've got my wallet and keys right here in this little dry compartment. You can see it fits perfect. It's got my wallet, my set of keys, and then there's also a couple of scupper plugs also in there, so it holds quite a bit of stuff. And this kayak also comes with 6 scupper plugs for every hole. You can see I've got these ones in right now. I've also got the ones in underneath the seat so my butt doesn't get wet. But it's also got this compartment right here. You just up, twist, and I've got my box in here with my GoPro batteries and whatnot. That's a pretty large box too, and I could fit probably like 6 or 8 of these things in here. So got that guy in there. Looking like a very solid kayak. It actually tracks extremely good, which has a lot to do with the shape of the bottom of the kayak. It's got an actual pointed hull down there. I'm sorry, duck, I didn't mean to chase you. It's been about 30 degrees here in Wisconsin the last week or so, and I have not been liking it. Winter's coming, guys. As far as I can tell too, this kayak is fast. This kayak does not turn on a dime like my other one does, but I actually like that. Now that we're in more of an open area, we're gonna do a stability test. So I didn't really stand on my other kayak much. It's not the easiest thing to do. Wow. If you guys aren't good at balancing, probably recommend you don't try this. It's nice though to be able to stand up and stretch out your legs a little bit after sitting for so long. So stability test, check. It's very, very stable. You can stand on this thing no problem, but it does feel a little bit scary to try to cast on, and I can't even imagine what it feels like if you have to set your hook if you got fish. I've got no issues on this thing with stability so far. Paddle's great, very stable, plenty of storage, a lot of space on the deck too. This thing has adjustable foot pedals too, so see that? You can, if you're really tall, like 6 foot, you can move them. I've never been able to just sit on a kayak like this crisscrossed. I usually always like to sit down crisscrossed. Honestly, you guys could probably even have somebody like sit up on the front here. There's also an Ascend 10T, which is a 10-footer. This is the 12-footer, and the reviews on the 10T weren't the best, which is why I decided to go with this. And I also wanted a larger kayak so I could have more stability, more room, and more storage. It's a little bit harder to transport, but I think that's a fair trade-off for all of the pros that you get with a larger kayak. So far, you guys, I can't say enough good things about this kayak, But like I said, this is just my first impressions video of the Ascend 12T, so you never know. Issues could arise. There could be things that I don't like in the future. So far, you guys, I am very impressed with this kayak, especially after having that 10-foot lifetime kayak for a while. It did the job. It was a very good entry-level kayak. This kayak does not cost much more than that. This kayak is sitting at about $7.99 at Bass Pro Shops, which is a really, really good price for this kayak. And if you guys are looking for a kayak to just start getting out on the water and fishing, I would recommend this one, or even downgrade and get the 10T. I think that one's $100 less, but you cannot go wrong with this kayak. Another thing that I forgot to mention, but I'm sure you guys noticed in the video, is this kayak also has rail mounts here, and I'm sitting crisscross because it's comfortable, but there's rail mounts here, so you can put rod holders on it. You can put a paddle holder on it. I really like these paddle holders here. I'll also throw a link in the description for the kayak itself and all the other stuff I'm using. So this is the paddle holder. You can pop it in like that. These little rotating circles here. And then your paddle is good. This kayak does have a built-in paddle holder. I like my paddle holder. So you don't really need one of these paddle holders. I just personally really like it because it's very easy to just set your paddle in it. And it's locked in place too. I'll make sure to throw a link in the description and pin it down in the comments for you guys for this kayak, and also even this rod holder if you're interested. So we're gonna go over the pros and cons now of the Ascend 12T as far as I can see with my first impressions. It's got a lot of storage, it's very stable, it tracks very well in the water, you can stand on it. It's got adjustable foot pedals. It has these rails here so you can put accessories on it. And another really cool thing about this kayak, if you want to put more rails on it or even handles on it, it's got these flush sides here. So these are very flat and they're wide. So you can put even more of these rails on here or even just add on whatever you want. And these flush sides here go around the whole entire kayak. So you can put stuff all over this thing. Even here on the back, it's got 2 rod holders back there, plenty of room back there. And also one of the most important things with this kayak, this seat is extremely comfortable, and I love it. The most comfortable kayak that I've ever sat in, honestly. Now we're gonna go over the cons as far as I can think of. One con that I don't like, there's no side handles on it. See, there's a handle up there on the front and there's a handle back there, but there's no handles here actually on the sides, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to transport. But there's a fix for that. You can buy some handles yourself from Bass Pro Shops or Amazon. I'm also going to be doing a little series of kayak modifications this winter because there's not going to be a lot of fishing I can do. So we're going to be putting handles on ourselves. We're going to be putting more of these rails here on. And we're just going to be doing a lot of cool stuff to make it the ultimate fishing kayak. So if you guys are excited for that, let me know down in the comments. Make sure to give the video a like, but we're not done yet. And another con that I don't like is these bungees here are secured on there, so you actually cannot pull them off. See these bungees here? They're actually secured on there, but you can also switch those out for like J-hooks, which I'll probably do myself, but they're good bungees if you just want to put something up there to hold. And same thing with the back bungees. It's got bungees back there and they're also secured down. Another thing that I really like about this kayak is that it has these rings here. You can see they're built into the kayak, and that's really good for strapping stuff down and securing it. Right now I've got my bungee attached to it, and then I have that attached to my kayak crate. But you can do so much to this kayak. It's honestly probably the ultimate kayak for just modifying and making it your own. If you guys are also interested in a paddle like this is a Bending Branches Angler Scout. I'll make sure to drop a link down in the description also. This is a very good budget paddle. Make sure to subscribe for some more fishing content. I'll see you guys in the next video.